Don't feed the troll, says Olaf Schulz in response to Elon Musk's social media campaign against the incumbent German chancellor. But can German mainstream politicians truly ignore the powerful billionaire who does his absolute best to promote the far-right AfD party ahead of snap elections next month? Well, to discuss the issue, we're joined by Andreas Umland, political scientist from the Stockholm Center for Eastern European Studies. Good evening.
Good evening, and thanks for having me.
Thank you for accepting our invitation. So, realistically speaking, can Elon Musk change the predicted outcome of snap elections in Germany?
That's difficult to say. It depends on how much effort he will put into promoting the alternative for Germany. He seems to have a clear preference for this party. He has also already mingled in British politics, where he has oddly attacked Nigel Farage. And he has his own ideas about how European politics should be working. The odd thing here about the alternative for Germany is, of course, that this is a very anti-American party. If you look at the statements about foreign affairs, it usually comes down to countering American influence, to getting the Americans out. And it's odd that this now representative of the current administration, Musk, is promoting this party.
Right, but is he also promoting Donald Trump's agenda on the matter? As you said, AfD is highly anti-American and also anti-NATO. So is Elon Musk expressing Donald Trump's thoughts on the political future of Germany?
That's a good question that would have to be perhaps posed to somebody sitting in Washington who has a better insight into what is happening there within the MAGA camp. I'm now in Kiev here. I can only speculate that this is something perhaps that is more coming out of Musk's own mind than of Trump. For instance, this intrusion that he has made into British far-right politics is perhaps something that Trump is not so happy about. And Musk seems to have enough clout and have enough confidence to make such statements, although they are very unusual and in a way even unusual for Trump.
Talking about statements, let's quote Chancellor Olaf Scholz. There are a lot of people on social media who want to attract attention with shrill slogans. The rule is don't feed the troll. Now, social media, especially the X platform, formerly known as Twitter, is where politics happen these days, and we should admit the fact. So can you simply appeal to your voters to ignore what's going on social media?
I think the problem here is not so much what Trump is saying, what Musk is saying and tweeting. The problem is rather that if Musk decides to put money behind his words and his resources behind his words, if he uses, for instance, X and to promote the AfD, or if he takes some other action, and he has, of course, lots of financial resources, I think that is much more dangerous than what Musk is saying. I don't think he has that much reputation in Germany to really change by his words simply the outcome. But if he starts really putting money into this, then this could indeed give a push, perhaps, to the alternative for Germany.
Well, the EU was very eager to launch an investigation against TikTok platform following the platform's interference in elections in Romania. Now, do you think that Brussels would be keen to launch an investigation against X platform and Elon Musk?
Difficult to say. I would hope that if there are serious grounds for it, the European Commission will go for it without any making any difference here between, Musk or any other person. It should be the same law for everybody. If indeed there is then a breach of law, I think there should be, of course, some action, and independently of what kind of position Musk is having in Washington.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you make of CDU's report of Olaf Scholz allegedly planning to go to Moscow before the end of his term? It has already been debunked by the Chancellor. But what was the aim of this message?
Well, first of all, there were already rumors published in December, and there was a source apparently in the German Committee for East European Economic Relations, the Ostausschuss der deutschen Wirtschaft, which was spreading this idea that Scholz will go to Moscow, and then there were other sources who were sort of at least not denying this, and then this made already the round in December, and now Roderich Kiesewetter, a CDU politician, has taken up this rumor again, and there seems to be something behind it. There seems to be some sort of information or misinformation about it. I don't think it's something that Kiesewetter has just come up with on his own. It's something that is being spread by somebody where it is coming from is so far difficult to say. But the allergic reaction by Scholz is perhaps an indication of that there may be more behind it.
So you think that Kiesewetter did it to stop it from happening?
Perhaps that would be one motivation, although now this may be also backfiring for him, because it's now creating a scandal that is, of course, neither for Kiesewetter personally nor for the CDU, perhaps, that useful if Scholz indeed does not go to Moscow. But this is not something new. It's something that Kiesewetter has now picked up, and perhaps it was something that was indeed being considered, at least among some circles in Berlin.
Mm-hmm. Now, the pre-electoral predictions say that CDU is most likely to form a coalition with SPD. Now, to attack your future coalition partner, now, is this a smart move?
Well, the CDU has what concerns the so-called Eastern policies of Germany in any way, a very different approach from the Social Democratic Party. Friedrich Merz, the candidate for the Chancellor, has made already statements that depart sharply from what Scholz has been promoting. The most vivid example for this is Scholz's absolute rejection of the delivery of the Taurus cruise missiles that Ukraine has requested from Germany, whereas Merz has, on the contrary, said that Germany should give the Taurus missile to Ukraine. So there is a conflict anyway already. So this is not something that is so new. And I expect that if indeed there will be a coalition between the Christian Democrats and Social Democrats, the policy towards, on the one side, Ukraine, and on the other side, Russia, will become a problem in this coalition, because the instincts in the Social Democratic Party are different from those in the Christian Democratic Union.
Talking about Russia, do you think that the Kremlin will attempt to meddle in the upcoming elections in Germany the same way they allegedly tried to do in Romania? Yes,
I think they will, and I hope that people in Berlin and in the Bundesnachrichtendienst, the Federal Intelligence Service, are aware of this. And of course, Romania was also not the first example. We had this in the French presidential elections, in the US presidential elections. There was also perhaps an influence on the Brexit vote in Great Britain. So this wouldn't be something new. And we should expect, actually, that Russia will try to do something. And also this links, of course, to this intervention by Musk, because Musk has been said to be in contact with Putin and to have had personal conversations over the phone with Putin, and now he is promoting the AfD, a pro-Russian party. So this is all shaping up into a rather unpleasant picture.
There is one more factor we should mention here. How will the current political chaos in Austria affect the elections in Germany?
Well, although these countries are very close, and the people speak basically the same language, and the Austrians watch the Germans, and to some degree also the Germans watch Austrian politics. I don't think this is much connected to each other. I think these are independent developments that these countries have slightly different political landscapes and also slightly different political traditions.
Maybe so, and yet it seems that Austrians will soon have a government with the far-right FPÖ party. Now, could the same thing happen in Germany? Just to remind our viewers, Austrian politicians, mainstream politicians, were trying to do their best to prevent FPÖ from entering the government. They ultimately failed. And now there is a huge possibility of FPÖ taking it all. Now, could this scenario also happen in Germany in the next 2 months?
That is actually one of the points where Germany and Austria, at least so far, are rather different from each other. So the FPÖ has already been in governments. It is also an older party, a much older party than the Alternative for Germany. The Free Party of Austria was in a way, in certain regards, similar to in earlier phases to the Free Democratic Party of Germany, which is a liberal party in Germany, a right-wing liberal party, but still a liberal party, whereas the FPÖ has now become the Free Party of Austria, a far-right party. So the Alternative for Germany, which is the equivalent of the FPÖ in Germany, is stigmatized and isolated to a degree that I would exclude them being included in any, at least government on the federal level, and so far also on the regional level. In the local level, maybe there can be some cooperation, but I don't think that so far for the regional and for the federal level, there's a possibility that this party, the Alternative for Germany, will be included in a government.
Andreas Umland, political scientist from the Stockholm Center for Eastern European Studies, was our guest this evening. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching, and stay with us for much more news and features here on TVP World.